Spoiler warning, Superman ending isn't just shocking, it's a lie. Buckle up because this breakdown will rewrite everything you thought you knew. 3 centuries ago, Earth experienced the emergence of a mysterious force known as a metahuman during a period of intense battles between gods and monsters. One such metahuman child was sent from a distant planet to Earth, where a humble farmer and his wife adopted him. Over the years, this child grew up to possess extraordinary powers and was later known as Superman. Just 3 weeks ago, he ended a brutal war between two nations, Buravia and Jarimper. But only hours earlier, Superman faced off against a powerful metahuman who called himself the Hammer of Buravia. Unfortunately, Superman lost the battle and was left severely injured in the icy wilderness of the Arctic. Barely able to move, covered in blood, Superman summoned his loyal dog, Krypto, with a whistle. Krypto playfully jumped on him, unaware of his master's pain, until Superman begged for help. Understanding the urgency, Krypto grabbed Superman's iconic red cape and dragged him to their hidden home called Solitaire, a fortress buried in snow. The door opened automatically, and Superman's robotic assistants carried him inside and began emergency treatment. At that moment, a partially corrupted message arrived from Superman's real parents on Krypton, telling him he had been sent to Earth to protect humanity. However, the full message was unreadable. To restore his strength, the robots exposed him to sunlight, his power source, reviving him completely. Determined, Superman declared he had to return to Metropolis, which was under threat. The metahuman who had attacked earlier, Hammer, was revealed to be Ultraman, a creation of Superman's archenemy, Lex Luthor. Luthor, with his team, was controlling Ultraman and unleashing destruction. Superman arrived in time to engage in a fierce battle with Ultraman, but once again he was overpowered and defeated. That a local man saved Superman, while Luthor sent a humanoid girl named Engineer to the Arctic to scout Superman's home. She reported its location, and Luthor dismissed her concerns, feeling victorious. He called Ultraman back using a portal, praising his control over the situation. Meanwhile, Superman's heroic acts were recognized in newspapers, though he continued to live among humans as Clark Kent, a journalist. At his office, he spoke with his adoptive parents and had a tender moment with his colleague Lois, with whom he shared mutual affection. However, the president of Jarimper grew increasingly angry at Superman's interference in political conflicts. Luthor, in a secret government meeting, introduced Ultraman and Engineer, claiming they could be used for national defense. He also revealed a special team called Planet Bars. Luthor insisted that Superman was no longer useful and should be removed. That night, when Lois returned home, she found Clark there cooking dinner. Surprised but pleased, she mentioned wanting to interview Superman. Clark offered himself up for the interview and answered her questions, until their conversation turned into a heated argument, causing him to walk away. Later, Luthor personally arrived at the Arctic fortress, where the defense robots attacked him. But with Ultraman and Engineer by his side, he destroyed them. They found Superman's supercomputer and accessed the corrupted message. The Engineer repaired it and secretly stored it. They also captured Krypto. Luthor's men then released a small monster in the city, which rapidly grew and started attacking people. Superman arrived just in time to save a dog and fought the beast, but struggled alone. Fortunately, Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and Terrific from the Justice Gang arrived and helped defeat the monster using high-tech weapons and mini-robots. Despite their success, Luthor appeared on national television, broadcasting a twisted version of the Kryptonian message. It claimed Superman was sent to Earth to conquer it, not protect it. Public fear spread, and the Justice Gang confronted Superman about the allegations. He denied them, explaining the message was altered. Realizing his house had been breached, Superman rushed back to find his robots damaged and Krypto missing. Furious, he confronted Luthor, demanding answers. Luthor feigned ignorance while secretly live-streaming the encounter, further damaging Superman's reputation. Desperate, Superman visited Lois and confessed his worries about Krypto and public distrust. Lois tried to comfort him, believing in his innocence. But Superman decided to surrender to the police. Against Lois' advice, he was arrested and handed over to Luthor, who took him to a dimension he called the Pocket Universe. There, Superman met Rex, a powerful superhuman who created kryptonite under duress, weakening Superman significantly. Lois and Jimmy, Superman's friend, investigated further. Jimmy's source turned out to be Luthor's girlfriend, who secretly wanted to leave Luthor. She promised to help, but needed time. Meanwhile, Lois tried to convince the Justice Gang to help Superman, but only Terrific agreed after uncovering clues that led him and Lois to the Pocket Universe portal. At the same time, Luthor interrogated Superman and killed the local boy who once saved him, trying to break him emotionally. Terrific battled through waves of metahumans to reach Superman, using high-tech weapons and protecting Lois. Inside the Pocket Universe, Superman, nearly drained, begged Rex to help him by creating a son. Rex, whose child was being held hostage by Luthor, agreed. The artificial son restored Superman's strength, allowing him to save both Rex's child and Krypto. With Terrific's drones guiding him, Superman fought off attackers and escaped the Pocket Universe just before the portal closed. Meanwhile, Luthor's girlfriend sent selfies to Jimmy, which secretly revealed key evidence in the background. Lois discovered maps and documents in the images, proving Luthor's plans. Superman recovered at his parents' home while news broke that Buravia's army was about to invade Jarimper. Then, in a shocking move, Luthor activated a device to split the Earth in two. Terrific urged Superman to act immediately, but Superman was torn between saving Jar-Hampu and stopping the Earth's destruction. Lois and Jimmy uncovered the truth. Luthor and the president of Jarimper had conspired to steal land and weaponize it. As chaos erupted, Lois flew Terrific's ship to safety while Luthor launched his office into the sky. Amid collapsing buildings, Superman saved civilians but was attacked by the Engineer and Hammer. The two overwhelmed him. An Engineer implanted nanites in his body. To escape, Superman flew upward with both enemies clinging to him, eventually hurling them back to Earth. The nanites exited his body, saving his life. Hammer was revealed to be a clone of Superman, created by Luthor to replace the real one. Controlled remotely, the clone fought Superman viciously. But Krypto attacked the control bots, freeing the clone's mind. Superman pushed the clone into a black hole, ending the threat. Meanwhile, Buravia's army attacked civilians, prompting Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and Rex to defend the people. Hawkgirl captured the corrupt president and executed him by dropping him from the sky. Superman, still weak, called for Krypto, who helped him again. Luthor attempted to flee through the portal, but Superman stopped him. Lois and her team released all the evidence, exposing Luthor's crimes. With public opinion restored, Luthor was arrested. Jimmy reunited with his girlfriend, and Superman shared a quiet moment with Lois. Later, he returned to Solitaire, watching old recordings of his parents, finally feeling at peace. And this is where the story ends, that shocking twist no one saw coming. The ending of Superman isn't the heroic finale we were led to believe. Behind the epic battle and emotional goodbyes lies a hidden truth, one that rewrites Superman's destiny entirely. What if the real enemy wasn't defeated? What if the final sacrifice was staged? This breakdown uncovers the clues, the cover-up, and the real reason Superman's legacy may never be the same again. Think you could survive a Superman world? Tag a friend who'd fail miserably. Don't forget to subscribe, unless you're scared of the truth. Our next video reveals the lie the director tried to bury.